So, this shall be my Wandavision episode 7 review slash, I guess you could call it a breakdown. The first half will be spoiler free, and then the second half will have spoilers in it. I will do a warning when spoilers come into it. This episode is called Breaking the Fourth Wall. So anyway, without further ado, shall we begin? Episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. It is crazy to think that we're already on episode 7, considering we'll only have 2 episodes left after this one, so, some big stuff is gonna have to happen. So, what happened in this episode without spoilers? There will be spoilers for episode 6, but not episode 7 for this part. So, the last thing we saw was Wanda lost it, and she completely expanded the Hex, and then, we saw the sword agents kind of turn into the circus and all that, so all that kind of had to play into this episode. And then we saw Darcy, she was part of the circus act 2, and Vision was still there on the ground where we left him in the last episode. Then he woke up and he ended up going right in the path of the traveling circus and all that, because he woke up and then the guy was like, "Well, you're late for rehearsal." Then he was like, "Wait, you're the clown. At least you're ready in makeup. So come on, we got things to do. Come on." And that's pretty much what happened with his storyline. And the kind of parody that they do on this episode is Modern Family. If you ever seen Modern Family, you know they break the fourth wall a lot. They end up just talking to the camera when something goes wrong, like this. I don't really know how to explain it really, but what would happen is something bad would happen or something like that, and then they would switch to them sitting in a chair and they'd be like, "Well, I did not really expect for that to happen, or I did not really intend that." So that's pretty much what the gist of Modern Family is about and all that, and that's the parody that they were doing in this episode. The commercial for this episode was it was pretty much an advertisement for an antidepressant, but the thing that caught me off guard was when they were talking about the side effects. One of the side effects was may cause more depression. So I'm like, okay, what is weird? And then I've also noticed that it's the same 2 actors throughout the all the commercials. They're always bringing those 2 back, and they're just playing different roles. So I thought that was cool. And then I saw, this might be a spoiler. It's more or less a minor spoiler, but there's a lot of theories out there that Nightmare is actually one of the villains now. I know that there's every theory like Mephisto, but I honestly I'm leaning towards the idea that it's actually Nightmare, because one of the things that happened in the last episode 6, was for the commercial, it was like a claymation commercial for Yo Magic, which is like a yogurt type of thing. But anyway, the shark that's like the mascot of Yo Magic, he has a surfboard, and when he throws it behind him, you can see on the back of the surfboard it says Nightmare. So I don't know if that's just an Easter egg or if they're really teasing something, because Marvel even said before all this was a thing that they were planning on making Nightmare the villain of Doctor Strange 2, but now we got the title of it, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and that is supposed to be, WandaVision is supposed to lead directly into Doctor Strange 2, so there's a high possibility that Nightmare is the villain. That's just my speculation. I can't say anything for sure. I don't have any secret sources and all that, but anyway, other stuff that happens in this episode, when Vision is trying to get back to Wanda, they're traveling in the the funnel cake truck from the circus, and pretty much what happens is they get to stop at a red light, and Darcy is like, "Why are there so many red lights?" Because Vision mind wipes her, restores her mind, kind of. It's an opposite thing from Men in Black, and Vision is like, "I don't think Wanda wants me to come back," and all that, and then he's like, I don't think so at all. And then once the red light turns green, all of a sudden this construction crew comes and they're like, "Stop! We need to fix this." And then they're fixing it and all that, and they're stuck there. And then once that's eventually done, they're like, "Okay, we're gonna move." And then all of a sudden some lady comes out with a stop sign that she was like, "Children's crossing, please stop." And then Darcy is like, what is going on? And then Vision is talking to the camera and all that, how Modern Family would do it, and he's like, that's when I decided that it was time to. He's like, wait, this is ridiculous, right? Why am I talking to you? And then he flies off, and then Darcy's just like, "Okay, I'll wait here." Not like I have anywhere to go. And then another thing that happened is this is minor spoilers, where Wanda's talking to the camera, she was like, times where, like, you accidentally expand the hex like crazy. It happens from time to time. And then the camera guy, she was like, I feel like I'm being punished. And then the camera guy is like, do you think you deserve to be punished? Do you feel like you deserve it? And then she's like, wait, what? You're not supposed to say that. And then, like, that was, like, another thing that just kind of felt off in this episode, like, how they did it, because, the things that feel off, they're actually done on purpose. So, anyway, this was a very, very fun episode. I highly recommend it. The series is just getting really, really good. The main thing that happened at the end, I can't talk about till we get into the spoiler portion of this video, but I do highly recommend this episode. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was really, really good, especially at that final moment. Do stay after the credits. There is an actual post-credit scene this time. This is the first episode to feature a post-credit scene. I'll talk about what the post-credit scene is in my spoiler part of this video. So please enjoy this episode. I guess that's what I was going to say. I don't know. Let's get into the spoiler talk now. So welcome to the spoiler part of this video. So this is your last warning. I shall give you 5 seconds. Alright, let's get into the spoiler. So the biggest reveal of this episode was actually at the end, where Monica actually got her way through the hex after she met her her special person that could get her in there. I honestly didn't know who it was. It might be a deep cut from the Marvel Comics, but I personally had no idea. But once the truck that they brought gets through the hex, it kind of goes up and then it just flips out, and then Rambo, I can't think of her for Monica, she decides, she's like, I'm gonna go through it myself. And then Jimmy Woo is like, oh no, don't do that. And then she's like, I'm gonna do it. And then she goes completely through, and she actually gets through it like that, and she's like, I'm through. And then that's pretty much like when she gets through it, then she goes running over to Wanda's house. And now Wanda's already on the brink of madness in this episode. There's a lot going on with her, and then she's trying to talk to her. She's like, Wanda, like, Hayward, he wants Vision, he wants to recreate him, he wants to be the villain, he is the villain. And then Wanda's like, maybe I'm the villain. And that gave me vibes of the Smallville episode where Lex is like, maybe I am the villain of the story. And I was like, oh, okay, so, like, it's kind of getting this, full-on expected Wanda to be like, maybe I am the the villain of the story. So, actually, after this, we never see Vision again. We never see if he gets back over to Wanda and all that. But they're having their confrontation out on the lawn. Everybody stopped to watch. They even brought back that character, Dottie, I think her name was, from it was either the first episode or the second episode. It was still in black and white, and we haven't seen her since. So it was like, okay, is there something to this? Because why would they just bring back a random character that really hasn't had anything to do with the plot, anything like as of late? But anyway, Agatha comes out, and Agnes, she comes out and she's like, hi, she's like, I think we've had enough here. How about I take care of you, Wanda? And she was already watching the twins, because she was like, Wanda, you need a day to yourself. You need a break. So she brings her over, and she's like, how about I make you a nice cup of tea? So she goes to make a cup of tea, and she's like, where are the twins? And she's like, oh, they're probably playing in the basement. And so she goes down in the basement, and then that's when it switches from full screen over to widescreen. So it was like, okay, we're going into more of the movie territory now. And then once she gets down there, she was like, oh, Wanda, you didn't think that you were the only witch in Westview, did you? And then all of a sudden she was like, the name is Agatha Harkness. Nice to meet you. And then all of a sudden the song starts playing. It's like, do-do-do, it's been Agatha all along. And then we realize that everything that has gone wrong in this show so far has been Agatha. She's been pretty much messing with Wanda throughout this entire series. Like, from the first episode all the way to this episode, anything that's been gone wrong, that has gone wrong, it's been because of her. Who's been behind the camera was like, don't you think something like, you're to blame, or you should be taking the blame? That was her. And then everything, like, from the beginning, the bunny, and then at the very end, she was like, and I killed Toto too, or whatever the dog's name was. And then she was like, she did her evil witch laugh at the end. Ah, 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 ah. And then the thing went, please stand by, which you gotta love it when that happens, because it means the end of the episode. It was like, come on. It was so good. The song was actually even catchy, too, like how they did, it's been Agatha all along, it's been Agatha all along. And then what happened for the post-credit scene was Monica goes running over to, I want to say it was Agatha's house, but I'm not 100% sure. And she opens up the basement, and she's like, Wanda! And then all of a sudden, Pietro comes around, and he's like, snoopers be snooping! And then that's how it ended. So something big's going to be happening in the next episode, and this was a very, very, very good episode. I said that in the non-spoiler part, and I'll say this again for the spoiler part. It's such a great episode, and I highly recommend this episode. Even if you weren't caught on by the first 2 to 3 episodes, definitely give it a try now, because it is getting so much better than what it was before. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe so I know to keep making more of these. If you have any video requests, please put them down in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comments below. If you're going to talk about spoilers, please just put a spoiler warning and then a couple lines. So if people actually want to see the spoiler, they can click the the 3 dots to see more. But if they don't, just give that a little warning just in case somebody didn't want to see the spoilers, because I did split this video into 2-part spoiler and then, well, non-spoiler then spoiler. So anyway, thanks for watching once again, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!